What's going on, guys? My name is Ashton, and in this video I want to share 5 reasons why I love shooting handheld, and possibly why you should too. It's been a minute. Can you see the microphone? All right, got a little hair on it. A little hairy ass microphone. What's going on, y'all? What's up? Finally got all the equipment set up and now it's go time. What's going on, guys? My name is Ashton, and in this video I want to share 5 reasons why I love shooting handheld, and possibly why you should too. I'm just kidding. I'm just gonna share my thoughts, not make you feel like you have to agree. We'll be taking a look at a recent music video that I just finished producing. I filmed this entire music video using my Panasonic GH5S, just strapped around my neck using a camera strap, and that's pretty much all the equipment I used. I'm so glad that I filmed with this setup because it allowed the video to have this unique personal touch to it. My client's name is Micah Edwards. He's a soulful artist based out of Houston, and he contacted me because he found a video that I had shot entirely handheld. This song specifically is about his wife and how he wants to portray her selflessness. By the way, I won't be sharing the actual video fully on this video, so if you're interested in going to watch that, just make sure you click on the link down in the description. To really accomplish that selflessness vibe, I felt like shooting handheld was the best way to do that, and I'll explain my reasons why in a second. But I shot this entire music video by myself, which also played a huge role in my reasons for why I love shooting handheld. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the 5 reasons why I love shooting handheld. The first reason is because shooting handheld is extremely versatile. I was able to move from scene to scene swiftly. I love that word. But I was able to move swiftly from scene to scene with ease, just knowing that all I had to haul around was my camera and my camera strap and my camera. This allowed me to focus more on the actual scenes themselves. It allowed me to stay connected with the talent, which in this case is my girlfriend. She was the model used throughout the entire video. And it allowed me to just pay attention and focus on what she was doing within each scene, what she was gonna do in the next scene, and what she should do moving forward. I also just wanted to make sure that her vibe was right. It can be kind of intimidating when you're the only talent in an entire music video, so I really wanted to make sure that she was comfortable. The second reason is that it opens up mental space to direct when shooting solo. The more you're able to stay present in the shoot, the more you're able to, obviously stay focused, but also be intentional with the type of shots that are coming out of your camera and how those shots are coming out of your camera. But without that mental space, the amount of time it would have taken to film this project would have drastically been dragged out. And we all know that time is precious, so we didn't want to waste any of that. The third reason is that shooting handheld is more discreet and unobtrusive. More often than not, your talent is going to be new on camera, unless you just have a seasoned professional and you don't have to worry about anything at all in terms of making them feel comfortable. But you're hardly ever gonna, come across that unless you're working in Hollywood. And there's a reason why those people make millions of dollars. It's because it allows certain people to be able to do their job without having to direct them so much. But in this case, Caroline's not used to being on camera. She's not used to constantly having to look capturable. I mean, it's a lot of pressure having a camera, constantly facing at you. Like even right now, I deal with it and I'm still working on it and trying to get more comfortable with it, but it's not something that comes natural to a lot of people. The more you can make your talent feel as if they're not being filmed, the more comfortable they're going to be on camera. My Panasonic GH5S is fairly small, I mean this big, and then it's just this on my chest. She's used to it, yeah, but in general I feel that that's far less intimidating than a huge gimbal and all all this equipment. Also, when you're shooting in public, I mean, how easy is it to sit there and stare at somebody who's filming content, especially if they have like a huge cinema camera, but with something as discreet as, you know, my little mirrorless camera. Sure, maybe people noticed in public, but I guarantee they didn't think twice, like feel the need to stare. Caroline isn't the type of girl who likes a bunch of attention on her, and the more eyeballs that are sitting there staring at her while she's trying to perform, the more intimidated and uncomfortable she's going to feel, and rightfully so. Some people thrive when all the attention is on them, and some people are just trying to survive. The fourth reason I love shooting handheld is that it allows you to immerse yourself into the scene. Sometimes when you bring a camera into the situation, we can overcomplicate things and we can think too much about what shots we need to get. But if you're able to just kind of forget all that and immerse yourself into the scene, you're gonna get better shots. One way I like to do that is literally pulling the viewfinder up to my eye to where I'm forced to immerse myself into the scene. What that does is it allows for this raw feeling to come into your footage. Also, it allows you to capture things that you otherwise wouldn't. Like, for example, I remember getting a shot of Caroline putting Murphy down on the couch. Shortly after she did that, I had kind of went down to look at the baby, and it was perfect timing because the baby had just turned to look straight at me. It made for the perfect shot, and I don't think I would have gotten that had I not, you know, felt the need to like look around through the viewfinder. Also, when you're shooting handheld, it gives that natural shaky vibe to it, which obviously is less stable. I mean, let's be honest, when are you actually experiencing life in a stable way? That sounded wrong, but like the only times we really see life stabilized is when we're in a moving car, we're on a train, we're on the airplane. Those type of shots suit well for those kind of scenes, but when you're really trying to immerse yourself into the scene and feel like you're there experiencing it, that raw, authentic vibe, then the natural shakiness of just holding handheld feels so good. It just feels right. When you watch those childhood videos, yeah, they might be embarrassing and they might not be super cinematic, but could you imagine your childhood videos being cinematic? Also, when your talent happens to be a baby, time is not going to be on your side. Your time is limited, meaning that you have to make the most out of that time and try to capture as many candid moments as possible. Which leads me to my next point. The fifth and final reason, and possibly my favorite, why I love shooting handheld is because you're able to capture more candid moments. Since I didn't have a lot of equipment to worry about, I was able to quickly move my compositions. I didn't have to worry about reframing on a tripod. I didn't have to worry about moving a little joystick on my stabilizer or picking it up and moving it. It was just a matter of me moving. And also, this is a side tip, but whenever it comes to shoot day and you're trying to knock out your shot list, don't be too rigid with that process. Allow some space for creativity, because a lot of times those random candid shots that you get lead to another idea, and to the point where you have all these different ideas that you didn't even think of before. Why? Because you let life happen and you're living in the scene. You're allowing yourself to just be, which opens the door for capturing candid moments. At least while we were next to the sunset or the water, I put the song on, the actual song for the music video. It really allowed Caroline to express herself. She has a background in dance, contemporary dance to be specific. And I think as soon as I put that song on, she was able to just feel it out. And that was the moment when she started doing all the dancing and the moving the arms, and it came out perfectly. Yeah, try to make your talent as comfortable as possible. Just get them out of their head. Everyone is unique and different in their own way, and you have to be able to open that door for them to be able to express themselves. Another bonus reason that I just thought of is that when you shoot handheld, because you're able to capture those candid moments and you're able to immerse yourself into the scene, this gives you so much more coverage, which just helps always in the editing room. The last thing you want to feel is going into post-production, opening up Premiere Pro, cutting up your footage and thinking, damn, I don't have enough footage. So then you start scrapping up and repeating the same type of shots. You get frustrated. You start asking yourself, like, why did I not think of capturing more on the day of? But I've never had that experience whenever I shot handheld. That extra little bit of coverage always make sure that I'm in good hands. Oh man, there was a time where in the past where I shot a wedding. I did photo and video by myself. I highly suggest you not doing that. Yeah, it was stressful. I could go into more detail on it in another video, but just that feeling of not having enough coverage, especially on a wedding day when you can't repeat the day. Or go out and shoot more. Oh man, yeah, it can be stressful, but when you're shooting handheld, you're more agile. You have more space to capture more candid moments, which ultimately make for a better edit in the post-production room, and also makes you a happy editor, which don't we all just want to be happy editors? And those are my reasons why I love shooting handheld. You know, this video was so much fun to create. It really challenged me to do multiple things. I can talk about my takeaways and my lessons that I learned from this video in another one. Maybe I'll sit down with Caroline and bring her on a YouTube video and we can chat about that. I don't know, that sounds cool to me. Let me know down in the comments if you'd be interested in that, and if so, we can make it happen. But other than that, I would love to hear from you. Do you have experience shooting handheld? What are your thoughts on it? Do you enjoy it? Do you prefer not to? If so, why? Let me know down in the comments, and I look forward to hearing from you. Let's make this collaborative because I want to connect with you guys more often. But that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.